Fire outbreak on rooftop installations, fire outbreak around inverter systems and batteries are definitely not normal. Now, when we started solar energy installations about 7 years ago, one of the things that we noted around that period is that more or less some people that are installing solar inverter systems are usually professionals, people who have done some form of trainings and are entering into the industry. But about 3 years ago, we started to see a lot of influx of people who are not qualified entering into solar energy industry. We began to see a lot of electricians calling themselves solar engineers. Now at Renerworld, we still maintain a very clear delineation between electricians and solar engineers. When we send a solar engineer to your site, in fact, before we send solar engineer to your site, at the point of you getting your STEM installed, we usually ask details like, do you want load separation, do you want separate wiring and all of that. Now this information helps us to determine what sort of professionals to send to your site. And so we send solar engineers, we also send an expert electrician to your site. And that's because we want someone who knows how to handle electrical wiring. We also want someone who understands how to handle solar inverter installations. The work of a solar engineer ends at the electrical board. From the electrical board to your wiring, separation, all of that, we engage services of electricians. Now, the moment electricians started calling themselves solar engineers, we knew disaster was bound to happen. And that's why you are beginning to see a lot of fire outbreaks here and there and all of that. We've installed over 900 solar inverter systems, and fire outbreak on solar installations is highly alien to us. Another way we began to see a lot of issues in solar energy industry is the fact that at some point we began to see people say solar inverter installations are very easy to install, they are not technical. No, they are technical. It's just like someone saying, I'm a chemical engineer and I can build a car. By the time you start building a car, there will be more accidents, and then people begin to say cars are not safe. Solar inverter systems are generally safe, but when they are installed improperly, they start to become a death trap. And that's why at Renerworld, we are trying to increase transparency. We are trying to ensure that beyond customers just trusting us blindly for their solar inverter installations, we also want them to be a part of the process by giving them accurate reporting after solar inverter installations. Now, obviously, you get to see our inverter system, you see how neat everything is with the batteries and all of that. But on the roof, where the customer does not have access to, we want to be able to give them reports on how their solar panels are looking and how the connections are done. Now, one part that a lot of engineers or quack solar engineers cut corners on is the use of MC4 connectors. MC4 connectors, for example, have what we call IP rating, and their job is to stop water or moisture content from getting to the cables of the solar panels, and also at avoiding expose of wires to the roof. Because remember, your roof is metallic. If the positive of the solar panel touches the roof and negative also touches the roof, it will lead to fire outbreak. Now, the reason why there hasn't been fire outbreak before now is because of the fact that people used MC4 connectors. But now that we are having a lot of solar engineers cutting wires, removing MC4 connectors, we are beginning to see a lot of cases where roofs are shocking and there's a lot of fire outbreak caused by short circuiting of solar panels. And so at Renerworld, we are going to be doing all of these videos for every system we do, so that customers can know, okay, this is how my system was installed and proper standards were followed. And the reason for this is just to restore customer confidence and to also improve user experience. Thank you.